Hello, this is the 2026 Arizona Monsoon Outlook presented to you by the National Weather Service offices serving Arizona. Now, before we dive into what we are forecasting for the 2026 monsoon season, let's review what happened last year. 2025 varied significantly in terms of monsoon precipitation. Many locations across western Arizona and south central Arizona, including the Phoenix area, received above normal precipitation, whereas southern and southeast Arizona had more variable precipitation with below normal precipitation in the Tucson area. Remnant tropical cyclone moisture did boost area rain in October after the monsoon concluded. With the widely varying rainfall from last monsoon, you may be wondering what drought conditions look like heading into the 2026 monsoon. While the fall was on the wet side, the winter generally have below normal precipitation across much of the state, with a few exceptions mainly in southeast Arizona. Given the trends over recent months, that puts much of Arizona in moderate to severe drought, with a few spots in southwest and southeast Arizona ranging from no drought to abnormally dry. With ongoing drought this spring across much of Arizona, this is resulting in dry fuels currently noted across the state, and thus dry lightning will be a main trigger for wildfire starts. Taking a look at what a typical monsoon in Arizona looks like, we could see rainfall amounts ranging from around 2 inches in lower deserts up to around 16 inches in the higher mountain ranges. Overall, about 30 to 60% of the state's annual precipitation falls during the monsoon from mid-June through September. The lower desert areas, including Phoenix, see about 10 days of measurable rainfall during the monsoon, while the higher mountainous areas see more like 30 to 50 or more days of rainfall each season. Lightning is one of the biggest hazards during the monsoon. Did you know that Arizona sees over 500,000 lightning strikes each season? The lightning density map illustrates the highest concentration of thunderstorms over far southern Arizona into the mountains of central and eastern Arizona. Thunderstorms and rainfall are most likely early in the afternoon over the mountainous terrain and later in the afternoon and evening over the lower deserts. Now let's dive into the monsoon outlooks about precipitation. The Climate Prediction Center precipitation outlook for this monsoon favors a tilt towards above normal precipitation for nearly all of Arizona. While the odds do favor above normal precipitation, there are still remaining probabilities for near normal precipitation or even below normal precipitation. Monsoon precipitation can also be highly variable at the local level due to the nature of thunderstorm rainfall. Looking at this a different way, these pie charts show the probability of monsoon rainfall being above normal in green, near normal in white, or below normal in tan. Knowing this, there is a 33 to 50% chance of above normal precipitation across Arizona. For some extra background knowledge, the average monsoon season rainfall for Phoenix is 2.43 inches, whereas Flagstaff is 7.63 inches. The defined monsoon season also runs from June 15th through September 30th. Now, let's give some additional meaning to the term above normal. For above normal, this is where we see atmospheric signals showing a tendency for above normal precipitation. Don't get too hung up on this though, because it's important to note that there are still odds around 30 to 35% for near normal precipitation and 25 to 30% for below normal precipitation. Now let's take a look at the monsoon outlook in regards to temperature. Above normal temperatures are favored for all of Arizona during the July, August, and September period. Now, every monsoon has unique factors that impact how the season will play out. Let's talk about the 2026 factors and contributing inputs. First up is the El Nino Southern Oscillation. El Nino has a greater than 90% chance of developing leading up to or over the course of the monsoon. El Nino's greatest impact on the monsoon is a tendency for increased eastern Pacific tropical cyclone activity. These can often bring abundant moisture, increased precipitation, especially in the August and September timeframe. We did a deeper dive looking at emerging El Ninos and how it relates to the monsoon. The bottom line is that for Arizona, rain skews towards near to above normal for both emerging and ongoing El Nino events. One thing to note is this data set doesn't specifically account for El Nino strength. Another input that is used to help develop a seasonal forecast for the monsoon is climate modeling. This year, there was pretty good agreement in this modeling that precipitation leads towards above normal for Arizona. Snowpack in the western U.S. is another contribution in the seasonal forecast as it impacts the progression of the upper level high pressure that drives the overall monsoon for Arizona. This spring, snowpack in the western U.S. is at record lows, and this could help result in an earlier start for monsoon rainfall. Let's take a look at the latest sea surface temperature anomalies in the eastern Pacific. Warmer waters over the eastern Pacific may lead to more numerous and stronger hurricanes this year. Arizona typically experiences some tropical moisture originating from tropical cyclones later in the monsoon. A greater number of tropical cyclones increases the odds of this moisture being pulled into the state. Let's review the key points of the monsoon 2026 outlook. Antecedent conditions range from abnormally dry to severe drought, with a few localized areas of extreme drought. The official forecast shows a tilt towards above normal precipitation for all of Arizona. El Nino is expected to emerge over the next few months, and this may lead to increased tropical cyclone activity in the eastern Pacific, which can bring increased rain in Arizona, especially for August and September. Regardless of how much rain falls this year, Arizona will see flooding, damaging winds, dust storms, hail, and lightning during the monsoon. Always check your local forecast before venturing out and have a reliable way to receive weather warnings. Learn more during our upcoming Monsoon Awareness Week that will take place June 7th through the 13th. Follow our National Weather Service offices on social media for the latest. Thank you for watching.